sure it's in focus. There we go. Yeah, you see me, Grandma's back. Okay, good. We didn't lose anyone when we restarted. Yay. I always hate having to restart the stream, but I'm glad it worked out. Painless, you are here at the start instead of the end. You should get a gold medal. A little star. Here we go. Here's our sock. We're going to zoom in just a hot second, but here is the zoomed out version. You can see we have a little line here where we put our temporary heel in. Umber Hulk, hey! Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you. You were already at the top. Hello. I'm so sorry. Enjoy your lurk. At the worst. Oh. Umber Hulk, I love you. Gosh dang it. Here's our sock. So we started at the toe. We worked our way up. We put a temporary placeholder in because we're going to do afterthought heels. And this is our super fancy dancy handspun. So let's take a closer look. Oh. Zoom in just a little bit. Okay, good. That should work. So yeah, so we're, Sammy, I will show you what I'm working on when we're not doing these socks real fast. Zoom back out. Working on my husband's sweater. We're making great progress. This is, so I have talked about in stream before how I cast on a sweater for my birthday, and it is my goal to finish it before my next birthday. So this is my husband's birthday sweater. I likewise also need to finish it before his next birthday. So what we're doing real good. This is the Knit Picks tweed, and I love it. So I have most of the front done, most of the bottom done. I just need to try it on to see how much longer to make it. And I have most of one sleeve done. Again, I just need to figure it out. And then half a sleeve, or a third of a sleeve. I started the sleeve. We haven't gotten very far in the second sleeve. And then I'm just, last night, I've been working on the collar. So what will happen is this will get sewn down. And then there'll be a big fold over collar, a big old fluffy collar. So this is what I've been working on for the most part. But today we are working on our Floof to foot socks. You can see the future in the closed captioning text. Too bad you can't bet on it, right? Yes, closed captioning is live in real time, but the stream video is delayed, unfortunately. Twitch has not integrated that. That is the one downside to this app that I'm using for the closed captions. But this is the closed captioning app that does work on mobile. So we are using it for our mobile friends who may be at work, like my sister. Sister is often at work stalking me, which is only fair because I've gotten her into knitting in the first place. All right, I think, there we go. All right, we're good to go. No more camera moving around, I promise. Been crocheting for 2 months. Congratulations. How do you like it? I have crocheted in the past. I've done 2 Afghans and a couple of small, like, amigurumi toys. My wrists do not like crochet. I have very tiny, underdeveloped child wrists, and they don't like the twisting motion. I've been knitting since I was like 10, so knitting is much more intuitive for me. But my sister loves crochet. She prefers crochet over knitting, even though she loves knitting. She does both. But I'm a knitting gal, and that's fine by me. When is my craft night on Discord? It's on Saturdays, the 1st and 3rd Saturday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So the next one that's coming up will be this Saturday, and it'll be in my Discord. The first Saturday of the month is in Hinka's Discord, and then the third Saturday of the month is in mine. So it should be this Saturday. You know what? Let's double check, because it would be just like me to go shooting my mouth off. Yes, this Saturday. Having a moment. We're good. Speaking of my sister, let me text her real quick. So sorry, guys. I'm a hot mess today. It is a super chill kind of day. All of our plans got completely wrecked. Anything I planned is just wrecked. Where am I right? I did see your follow. I said thank you. You followed like right as I was going live, and it was delightful. It was a nice surprise. You were waiting for me. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Right now, I'm texting my sister real fast. I'm so sorry. I try not to be on my phone during the stream, but I do need to text my sister. I'm in Florida. So it is, so I am Eastern time. So it is 7 p.m. for me as well. One Pixie Blue, hello. I'm so sorry. I'm texting my sister real fast. I'm a hot mess today. Okay. All right. Sorry. We're good. Sorry. Just texting my sister. Kevman, good evening. Do I watch Hinka and on Twitch? Of course I do. Hinka and I adore each other. We don't always get time to see each other's streams. But that's how we met. We were watching each other's streams, and then we kept chatting offline, and we were having a grand old time, and we both wanted to do a knit night, but we didn't want to schedule our knit night on top of the other person's. We wanted to make sure that we were doing them at separate times. And then Hinka's like, why don't we just do our powers combined and we'll do a joint knit night? And I said, that sounds delightful. So there we are. So now we are BFFs. Hinka is like my knitting little sister. And I love her. We are very similar. We grew up in like the same region. Very similar. It's hilarious. Did you say something? Oh. Dog is barking, but I thought it was Damien. Didn't get recognized from the start of the stream. Umber Hulk, I just said, you missed it. I already apologized for not seeing your previous message. Also, there's no exclamation mark fart. It's not that kind of place. You have to go into one of the boys' streams to get fart action. I'm a lady. And let one rip in the other room where you can't hear it. So there we are. So here we are. So we're exact same place that we left off on Saturday. We started at the toe and we're knitting our way up. I put, it's not a toot either. I don't have that. I don't find, it's not a, we're good. Sorry, you just got some yarn scraping across the mic ASMR. I'm sorry, / you're welcome. Damien, thank you for being here. Enjoy your dinner. I hope you like your tea. A lady. Yeah, I let one rip in the other room like a lady. So now we're just knitting, we're knitting forever is what we're doing on this sock right now. I put a placeholder down. We're not going to get to the heel today. We'll either do the heel Thursday or I think I might wait and save it on Saturday. Regardless, if we get to it on Thursday or not. That is the nice part about Afterthought heels is I can always start the second sock and then come back and do the heel. So I think we'll do it Saturday because I know a lot of people want to see how I do my Afterthought heels. I have an example though. Where can you listen to Craft Night on Discord? So in Discord, if you scroll down, there should be like, it says like video chat rooms and it should say Craft Night. But you don't have to have video on. It can just be audio and microphone if you prefer. So here we go. So here's a great example of Afterthought heels. All right. Yes, all the points. Punk Pixie, I will definitely eventually maybe send you a postcard. I actually haven't sent any of those out yet. I'm so behind. Soon to catch up. Very soon to catch up now that my personal work life has settled. All right, so here is a great example. Let me zoom out actually so you can see the whole sock at once. So this is a great example of why Afterthought heels are the bomb.com. So this is a self-striping colorway. If I had stopped and I had done the heel while we were going, then it would have messed up the striping, the sweet, sweet striping action, unless I had done it with like a contrasting toe and heel. So I had enough yarn to do contrasting toes, but not contrasting toes and heels. Because it was only a 10-gram mini skein, and then my toes and heels usually take about 12 grams. For 2 toes and 2 heels. So what I did is I did the same thing that we did here, and I put the line down, a temporary yarn in place. It's literally just a bit of scrap yarn that we knitted half a row on. So I did that, and then I picked it apart and opened it up. And we'll go over how to do this all start to finish on Saturday. But now I can start knitting the heel round and round. And it's basically making another toe where the heel is, but much larger. Yum, 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 yum. I like to play with it as a puppet also. It's very fun. Discord party craft night is right. That's right. GFD music, hello. Thank you for the lurk. And the hello. Afterthought heels are the bomb.com domain is also available. Lucharsky, hello. If I had a pattern for Afterthought heels I wanted to publish, I would definitely contact you about being some sort of awesome internet broker, but I am using someone else's pattern, unfortunately. So that will, as much as I agree with that sentiment, Blue, I love you. I love you so much. Also, we're using your phone stand that you 3D print us for our overhead cam. Yeah. So thank you. It works marvelously. But there you go. This a great example of why Afterthought heels are so nice, because now we're not messing up our stripey bit to do short row heels or anything. So that works out delightfully. So we are going to do the same deal on these socks. Because even though it's not striping, I want the sock to be nice and smooth in the colors as it goes up. And I am not using contrasting toes and heels. So I would prefer to do an Afterthought heel on this one because I don't want there to be a harsh line where the color completely changes. I know there's kind of lines in here where the colors change, but I don't want it. I want it to be smooth. Nice. Someone else's Afterthought heels are the bomb.com is also available. You're adorable. GFD, thank you for the lurk. Again, I appreciate that. I think there's a timer on the lurk command, which we will change later. how long have you been crocheting and knitting? And what is my favorite crochet project? And what is my favorite knitting project? I have been knitting since I was 10. That would be 3rd grade, 4th grade, I think. I learned from my grandmother. We were not very close, so it's nice that I have knitting as a fond memory from her. We were not very close geographically or personally, so that's fine. So like what, 10 years? Oh, Blue Tarsky, aren't you cute? So like 22 years. Although I did take huge breaks in the middle. Like I knit a ton in elementary school, and then I didn't knit any in middle school. And then I started to knit some in high school, and then I didn't really knit in college. And then after I graduated college, I took it up like hardcore. And I was like, okay, time to make real things. Do I have a YouTube channel? Not yet. Not yet. We are in the process. In process. I don't have any videos yet. Although I think Blue did... No, not Blue. Someone told me last stream how to do the thing. But I haven't gotten that far yet. That will be stream homework coming up here soon. There's a little nubbin here, and I'm trying to go back and see what it is about. Nubbin, what you about? Oh, let's zoom back in. I don't have a YouTube, but Sammy, all of the videos for this sock are highlighted on my Twitch page in a playlist, so you can go back and watch the videos pertaining to this sock and the Floof to Foot project spin. I only thought older people actually knitted that much, and you knit when you were younger. Yeah, I knit a ton when I was younger, and then I literally was like, what can I make a cover for? Because by then I was living in Florida, and I was in high school, and I needed something to do, and I was like, I'm gonna turn into that little lady who's knit a crochet cover, or knit or crochet a cover for everything. And I was like, that's not gonna be me. And then I stopped during college because I wanted to be cool. And then I realized that I just need to actually make things I like. I've matured as a knitter. Let's put it that way. Hang on, I need some scissors. Oh, do I have scissors? Do. Chop this one pigtail because it's driving me bananas. It's not letting me tuck it in. All right, there we go. But I have tried crochet, but it's not really my jam. When did I learn? I was trying really hard to get into crochet around 2017. I crocheted 2 Afghans. I did like a little lapgan for my dad. And then a bigger chair / couch blanket for my sister. And I knit like a couple amigurumis kind of deals. Or crocheted a couple amigurumis. And fun little toys. And then I was like, my wrists really hate it. I'm gonna go back to knitting. And I just like knitting so much that I haven't gone back. I should do more crochet, but there hasn't really been anything that calls to me crochet-wise. I also, I like socks, and socks are much nicer knit. Are much nicer knit than crocheted where I am because I'm in Florida. So I like that the wool is temperature controlling. So my toes don't get cold, but they don't have to keep my feet consistently warm. So like crocheted socks are much heavier. They're more like slippers, so they keep your feet warm. They're more like a winter sock kind of thing. And because I'm a summer sock, with knitting you can make the fabric a lot thinner without making it too holey, if that makes sense. I'm using a size 0 knitting needle. And Sammy Grandma, I am absolutely gonna check those 2 out after stream. Make a note. Let me make a note. Got my stream notebook here for all the good things you guys suggest. It's False Bubbles and Tiffany Hansen. We'll take a look. Take a look. So today we're just chilling. It's a chill day. We're hanging out. We're knitting on the leg. I'd love to get through the leg today. I'm not gunning for it or anything. Just be nice. Just be nice. I won't be nice. Give cats now. I was there. All the cats have left me. They were here. We're all in here earlier all day because Damien was sleeping in today. Today was one of Damien's sleep-in days. So while he was sleeping, they were here because they wanted attention. And they were terrassing around my room. And now that Damien's up and he's downstairs making himself some dinner, I think they're all downstairs. Damien's shipped them to you. Damien did not ship you the cats. First of all, 1.5 of those cats are mine. And he would never give up his one cat. Probably hovering around Damien, expecting him to drop food. They're not moochers for the most part. Dirty is a mooch, but only when she only wants chicken, ham, ice cream, or the milk from your cereal. They know better than to beg in the kitchen. The baby cat doesn't beg at all, although she will sometimes eat human food if offered. And the middle cat, my pearl cat, doesn't like the taste of human food. She's never had human food. We've tried to tempt her with it, and she just smells it, and then she's like, nah, it's not kibble. She doesn't know. It's amazing. I never have to worry about her doing anything apart from drinking out of my water glass. She is a serial water glass drinker. All of the water containers by my bedside and on my desk have to have a lid, or she will stick her face in there. Bold as you please, too. Walk right up and over me to get to the side table and drink out of my glass sometimes. How long do I usually stream for? On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on at 6 if we're not running late and having technical problems like tonight. So it's usually about 6 to 9, although oftentimes we will go later. And then on Saturdays, it's 9:30 a.m. to, I say whenever until I get hungry, which is anywhere from like 1 to 3. And then it also depends upon what's going on. Sometimes I want it to be a longer stream, and sometimes it kind of has to be a shorter stream for weekend plans. I was there. It's great to see you. I'm glad things must be going well for you, because I know that when you're focusing on school, you get kind of quiet on social media, which is good. It's the way it should be. Things must be out for the summer, and you must be doing well, which is a good sign. How long is it taking to make one trip around the sock, and how much does that single new row add to the length? Those are great questions. You can time it. Sometimes I go faster, and sometimes I apparently clearly don't. I will tell you, let's see. Each row is, I have to do it in millimeters. Each row is 1 3/4 millimeters. Oh, Stacey checks me out on social media. Busted. No, I'm not like stalking you. But I can definitely like I can see when you're more active versus less active. Usually because all of your stuff is hilarious. Um, Also Twitch is social media. Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Um my sound my GoXLR app just decided to close. Just decided it didn't need to go. So it just turned itself off. Um Hello? We are back! Yay! Maybe. Let's get some settings reset. Hello, Raiders. Thanks for coming in. Megan of all trades, thanks for bringing your folks here. I'm sorry you guys came in at the absolute worst time. My GoXLR soundboard could not connect to my GoXLR. And then every time I was like, well, maybe this will fix it. It did. And then immediately disconnected. And then I was like, no. Your ears are bleeding from the silence. Oh, hi. Pearl! People want to see you. Your adoring fans need you. Come here. Come onto this desk. Pearl, come here. Come here. Put your butt in this camera. Up, up. I'm gonna pick you up. Yes! Say hello. I want to see you. Mom! She has been on my desk the whole time today, except for now, where she doesn't want to be. The one time you guys want to see her, because no one at work wants to see my cat's butt, but you guys do, because you're all fine people. Guys, thank you so much for being here through that. Megan of all trades, thank you again for the raid and bringing your folks over here. I know you stepped out. I hope you have a lovely evening if you are not back, or if you're doing dinner or whatever. Thank you for the follow. SD Misha, hello. Thank you for being here today. Tina Lee, hello. And Jazz Piggy, hello. Thank you for being here today. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for bearing with me. Let me make sure my closed captioning is still set up. You want to pet the kitty so bad? Earl, say hi with your face. Come here. Hey. Earl, come here. Come here. The camera. Into the camera. Yeah. Yeah. It's prime cat content right here, guys. This is why we are on Twitch. So soft looking. I use her as a pillow at night. She lays on my pillow and I lean against her and I love it. She's a snuggler. This is Pearl. For anyone who hasn't met her, URRL. I'm not moving. I live here now. I'm one with the couch. She is a snuggle baby. She loves it. She loves the smell of wool. She's just up here to rub her face on my wool. You got bugs? You got bugs? You're shedding like crazy. You're gonna get brushed again. You're gonna get a brushing. You're gonna be a brushing cat. Captions. Back on. There we go. Should be on. Let's start. Yeah, okay. Captions are back. We're officially set. My cat's a jerk and likes to eat yarn and string and then costs me thousands of dollars to remove it from its insides. Toxic Rewind, I am constantly in fear of the same thing happening to this cat because she also likes to eat yarn and string. Specifically when she was a kitten, and hair ties as well. What she does lately is I'll be knitting and the bag with the yarn is like on the coffee table or on the couch next to me or on the floor by my feet, and she'll just come up and snap a bite and then run. So I'm knitting and then all of a sudden I come to a chewed out portion and I have extra ends to weave in for no reason. Other than my cat is a monster, but she's a very cute monster. She actually likes wool so much. I bought some felting wool. It's all felt. It was supposed to be spinning wool, but it's all felted. So it's not really spinnable. But I got it at a discount and I took the braid and I pulled it in two halves and it's on the floor for the cat. It's the cat wool. So they can roll around on the floor and rub their faces in it. So they will not pay attention to mine specifically while I'm spinning. Should we switch to face cam so you can get face scritches? What a big yawn! What a big yawn! Oh. Oh, yeah. I love the face scratchers. The face scratchers are the best. There's hair everywhere. This is why my husband wants to get hairless cats, so there won't be hair everywhere. But I think they look terrifying. Your cat ate several meters of floss. Oh no, still stuck to the box. Chomp. She's lucky she's cute. All cats are lucky they're cute. The hair ties have never gotten stuck, but the sewing thread is what really did it. She kept going after my ends when I was cross-stitching. So now when I cross-stitch, I have to have a little tin where I keep all the ends that I snip off. Because she will absolutely come steal them. The only thing that tastes better than yarn is apparently embroidery floss. Probably not good, but not good to let her keep it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. They haven't eaten they don't really eat the wool. They just rub it all over themselves and then occasionally they'll lick it, but they have the barbed tongue, so then they like pull it out, but they're like, ah, and then it's just all slobbery. And I was like, y'all can keep that. It depends upon how much they have swallowed. It also depends upon if it's waxed or unwaxed. The problem is like once it gets in their stomach, if you yank it out, it can move their intestines out of place. But if you like just saw them, that's another story. Just a quick check, is everything working? I don't know, Damien, can you hear me? Damien, can you hear me? Excuse me, this is mine. We had to restart, unplug and replug. I think the problem with the Go XLR is going to be the same problem we had with the webcams, where I just need to plug it into the powered USB hub instead if this problem continues, because that's how we fixed our webcam issue, is we got a powered USB hub and that took some of the strain off the computer. I don't know what specifically is being strained to upgrade or replace it is the problem. And now Pearl is the star of the show. Y'all wanted it, so now you got a cat. And now the cat's not leaving, so you're stuck with it. This is just now the cat show. Uncreative Automaton, hello! How's it going? How's your Tour de Fleece? If you guys are participating in Tour de Fleece this year, how is it going? I think you guys are a little over halfway. Are you meeting your goals? Are you happy with your progress? Did not know she had swallowed it until you'd already pulled it out a bit. Okay, then she must have just swallowed it. You would have known. You would have known. Playing catch up. Oh no. Oh, Veggie, I saw your stream. It was really nice. Spinning all the pretty rainbows. No, I did. I seen ya. I done seen you with my good eye. No, don't come over here and eat this. I don't do that. You didn't spin. If you guys want to watch Veggie Zombie not stream, don't go here. Is that better? Also, KB Fibers is streaming and she loves it when people come watch her. she's not all sassy. I had to blow my nose. I was never here. Poof. We're gonna do a whole round. Oh, we got all the peoples in here. We got Huntress is in here, a crafter by trade, but a gamer by streaming. Punk Pixie Blue is in here if you want all that sweet, sweet weaving action. Why no, please? Why didn't I shout you out? Because you jumped the gun and you need to calm your tits. Knitter girl, hello. How are you doing? Let's see. Who else do we have in here that streams? Yeah, I know there's more of you. We'll just throw it out there. If you stream and I haven't given you a shout out, speak up. We'll meet new friends. Queen streams. Queen? I'm gonna check you out. I ordered a drop spindle. This is your fault. Yes! Enable it. Queen, I'm gonna check you out. I thought about streaming once. It was terrible. Also, go follow my husband. Slay! Slay, I love you. Also, Pearl says hi. Alright, it's time. The time has come. At least that cat knows when to make an exit. Slay! Slay! Slay, I love you. Snyder Spindles made a drop spindle with your logo on it. That's like the dream. Shout out Burrows. Burrows doesn't need shouting at. You should go follow Slay3K, the best city skyline streamer on Twitch. And yes, I know Damien's here. Also, I love him dearly. He's one of my favorite people on humans ever. Also, you should go follow out my husband, Damien's Gaming. We like to blame him. We blamed him for sound issues earlier. We'd like to blame him for other things. Stop by his stream. If you're looking to purchase a spindle, I highly recommend you check out Snyder Spindles. Also, does amazing woodwork on Twitch. Or humans ever. It's true. Damien, I didn't even have to blame you. People just started blaming you even though you weren't there. They just started to blame Damien's campaign. And it made my heart so happy. Snyder Spindles will be your next purchase if I like it. I would love to take like all the streamers on Twitch who make custom things and get something from all of them with my logo on it eventually is like the dream. Like I would love a poly mug with my logo on it, and I'd love a Snyder spindle with it. It would be so delightful. Jazz Piggy, hello, welcome back. We're all set to go. Tune in to Damien's Gaming for clinic on how to fail with enthusiasm. Someday when I'm rich, I'm gonna commission all of the Twitch people to make me all the things. It's the dream. And then just for Painless, because I do like him, and we also like Burrows, you guys can check out Burrows Forge, who does blacksmithing and beekeeping. He is currently live. I don't know what he's up to, though. He's doing something in the garage. But the power went out at his place, so I don't know how much of what is going on. I don't know if he's just streaming off the laptop until power goes out, or if power has been restored. I got 99 problems, but a burrow ain't one. I do believe that's how I found you. Probably. I know Burrows in real life. He was my best friend's roommate for quite a time. And now I hang out with him more than I hang out with my best friend. It's true. A blanket with your logo on it? Punk Pixie, I'm telling you, your offer to weave me something for handspun has not gone unthought of. I have it in my mind space at all times. I'm gonna think about it. You posted your spun up pink floof in Discord. Ooh. I don't have a useful skill here. Huntress, do you do commissions? I don't think I've ever seen your commission. I haven't seen your commission sites. Obviously, you need to make a sign for my office store. Just woodworking? Woodworking is a thing that I would love to purchase eventually. I can crochet flats. First of all, I'm not rich, so let's back up. Someday, it would be lovely. We're not there yet. A yarn box with my logo on it. I would love a yarn box. And then I could keep it downstairs on the shelf under the coffee table away from the cats, and it could be a little tiny yarn chest that I bring out to craft downstairs. This would be lovely. Yes, my plan is working out excellent. This uncreative automaton spun this. This is her latest spin. So these are her 3D printed nitty naughties. Mark II. No, Lazy Kates. There we go. 3D printed Lazy Kates. And applying this delicious flamingo floof. And it turned out so good. It turned out beautifully. Am always lost. Slay, what are you lost about? I'm talking about how I want to get rich and buy all the stuff. I hope they can make nice socks. I'm sure they will. Pearl came down to eat away her frustrations. Pearl was hungry anyway. You and that emote. She is in the knitting space. It's time to knit. Remember when we used to be a knitting stream? Oh, there's a giant hair. Remember when we used to be a knitting stream, guys? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Ever just have one of those? Mama said there'd be days like this. What is knitting? It's whatever is going on with my hands. It's magic and witchcraft. And cats do it? Cats do knitting? Huntress, this looks beautiful. I'm gonna show this puppy off. That's exactly what I want. Want to learn to knit so bad. Sadly, you struggle with it, but you practice. If it makes you feel any better, Jazz Piggy, I don't do great with crochet. I feel like it's a right brain, left brain kind of thing. I think some people are just mentally it clicks for them for one but not the other. So I crochet and it's nice, but I really like knitting. I understand it much better. This is the box Huntress made. Look at this. Look at this deliciousness. That's perfect. I'm gonna need one of those someday. Not now. I'm broked. And then put the logo on it. And this is KB spinning. You finished your spinning goal. My word. I saw you wrapping it all up today, KB, and it looked great. Those turned out amazing. Whatever you learn first is usually what you're stuck with. You're trying to practice and be very swag and do both. We just talked about how I've been knitting for, technically, I learned 22 years ago. So I think I've actively been knitting for like 12 of those years. But yeah, I've been knitting a while. Thought about knitting, but decided to stick with my strengths of drinking beer and holding down chairs in front of a PC. Nailing it. Flutarski, I'm glad you're living your dreams. Playing to your advantages. I left Brand once. It hurt. So yeah, so for those of you who are joining us who joined during the sound shenanigans, hello, I'm Atomic Stacy. I spin and I knit wool and I spin wool and I knit and sometimes game very badly. This is hand spun yarn that we spun together on stream and we are now proceeding to knit into socks. So we took a whole bunch of troll hair essentially and this is what we spun. This is the yarn. This is the yarn. This is our floof to foot yarn for this summer. So all that minty purple pink goodness, this is what it grew up to be. So we knit the toe. This is our first sock, so we're doing toe up. We put a placeholder in for our afterthought heels. And then we're just hanging out. Off spinning mode into knitting mode. Good, KV, take a break. Enjoy it. This may be the best sock yarn I have ever spun. I am stupid proud of this yarn. And I am beyond happy with how it's knitting up so far. Stuart Batty. I would also love one of Texas Hula's yarn bowls one day. Those things are gorgeous. If you guys had questions that you mentioned earlier, especially when I was having sound issues or just in general and I missed it, please ask them again. Take all questions. And the best part is if I don't know the answer, I guarantee you someone in chat does, because all the cool kids are here tonight. Just a mini lathe. Big ones are pricey. You don't need a huge bowl. It just has to be, I have a teeny tiny cereal bowl. As long as it's deep is the big problem, because some of them are kind of shallow. But it really only needs to be 4 inches, a 4.5 inch gap. This one's 5.25. I like big balls in my yarn bowls. Hey. I have some cedar that would make a beautiful bowl. Cedar is perfect because it is bug repellent, moth repellent, and it smells delicious. All right. I was trying to put that in frame, but no, it's in my way. In my way. Guess I'm gonna go cut down some more trees. As long as you plant additional trees in their place, it's not a problem. Will they teach you in school every time you cut down a tree you gotta plant 2 more? Something like that? Our property is filled with cedars. I have a few cutoffs for various things. Oh, that's nice. I miss having an actual yard and woods. Aren't woods in Florida. They're just soggy swamps and dry swamps. Had a big branch fall. It's white maple. Ooh. I mean, I'm not interested. I don't have any of the tools. I don't need any of the tools. My dad used to do a lot of woodworking. But not now when I need him. Not when I need him. Oh, distance. Yeah, that could be a thing. Your buddy that carves tobacco pipes, and when he gets a shipment of briar in, it looks like mini loaves of crusty bread. I love watching the process. Are you guys... There's always the debate about whether you're a process knitter or a progress knitter. Or process crafter. Was it? No. It's process crafter or... is the word that I'm looking for. Product. There we go. I was like, it's got a P in it. Product. You're either a process crafter or a product crafter, and I am both. I absolutely... If I'm not going to enjoy working on it, I'm not going to do it. I knit because I like it. But also, if I don't get something at the end, I get real upset. Project's another one, yeah. Usually it's product though, is the saying. Process for sure, have to be for weaving. Oh, that's fair. I feel like also people who sell or give stuff away or make art pieces have to be process because they can't be attached to the product. I get too stinking proud and then I want to show everything off. Learn a whole new hobby to make something I want. So expensive. It happens. I just keep telling myself that every project I finish, my needles get cheaper and cheaper. So clearly I can buy more stuff. Lemming, my love! Just popping by quickly and then to bed. Lemming, thank you for 1 whole year. You are delightful. Please go to bed. Also, if you guys want to see another delightful crafter, Lemming is lately has been making these absolutely gorgeous beaded trees, big and small, and also playing Sea of Thieves, and she's delightful. Wouldn't you think her collection's complete? It's not. I own one thing I've woven and some test washcloths. Gotta get you stuff for you, Punk Pixie. You gotta get stuff you can keep. Look at this sock. Isn't it neat? It's true. All the mores. Not crafting much at the moment due to PCs and me don't agree. Well, Lemming, you missed it. We didn't have sound for a good 5 minutes in the middle of the stream today. And I had to restart the beginning of the stream because I couldn't get my cameras to connect and had to restart OBS. So I already have all the technical issues. It's been a day. I don't have monitors to the craft PC. Oh no, like any of them? Oh no. I'm getting Mage to make me yarn to weave a sweater. I'll keep that one. Good. Good, good. Woven sweater. I bet that's going to be delightful. I need to get faster at spinning so I can start trading my handspun for all the nice things. Like in the olden times. For money. Then I can hold up the handspun and be like, have a bite. I'm gone. Stay amazing. Good night, Lemming. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I really enjoyed the spinning, even though I had no clue what was happening other than yarn. There will be more spinning. After this, after we knit up these socks, we are going to go back to spinning for a little bit on stream. One, it'll be nice because Tour de Fleece will be over. And then everyone will be like, "Oh, I missed the spinning." And they'll be like, "Yeah, scoop in." But we are... So our next on-stream project after these socks is going to be our wingspan shawl. I have been talking about this thing for ages. We're gonna make it happen. It's my stream goal for the rest of the year. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna take this delicious Raven colorway. Delicious. I got 12 ounces of it, which is almost a pound. And I have spun the first of the 4 plies. So this is what it grew up to be. And it's exactly as delicious as it looks on camera. It's got this shine to it. And it's got tiny pockets of a little bit more purple or a little bit more black. But it's so subtle delicious. I love it. So this is the first ply. So I still have 3 more of these things to go. This is just a single. It's going to make 3 skeins of yarn. This is just the very first single that we've made. So after these socks are done, we are going to continue to spin this puppy on stream. And then once it is spun, we are going to knit the wingspan shawl, which looks like this. I cannot wait. You want some of that? This is delicious. I absolutely adore this this dyer who made this blend. I am enjoying her stuff immensely. Chemman wants to make one of these. It has been a dream to make one. I wanted to make one. We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. We're gonna do it. So that is that's gonna be essentially our fall plan after we finish knitting these socks. Just let that out. That's fine. Stay. Oh, stay. So yeah. So I would like to continue to like spin a project and then knit a project together. I do enjoy it very much. It's going to be beautiful. Melvin Knits, hello. I cannot wait. I'm dying for it. It's one of the, so there are like 3 or 4 projects that I desperately wanted to make out of handspun. Von Scherbach, thank you for the 1,000 bits, my dude. Hello. How are you? We're talking about all the stuff I'm going to spin and then knit. There are 3 or 4 projects that I desperately wanted to get good enough at spinning to spin and then knit. And that was one of them. There's a sweater. Nuts, wrong channel. No. Put your nuts in Damien's chat. I don't want your nuts here. Save them nuts for that weirdo kid. Can't have nice things. That's here. We can't have nice things here. Every time I get a nice thing, something breaks. Something else breaks. I don't think you realize how much I use that. Hunters, I literally made that emote so I could use it in other channels. I use it constantly. I wish I could. I need to just make up like a fan, like an old-fashioned fan sign and hold it up during meetings. Can't have nice things. That weirdo kid. My husband. Sergeant Underpants. It's first to that one. Nice. See, you make the emotes that you want to use in other people's chats. It works out great. At your service. So yeah, so there's one of the next birthday sweaters is one of the other ones. I desperately want to make a Criterion sweater. Here's a good question. Did I save it? Probably not. Wool and pine Criterion sweater. And I bought the wool for it. I finally bought the wool for it. But I don't know if I'll be able to spin it in time for it to be this year's birthday sweater. And the criterion is this one. That's why I have Punk Bunny. Well, child labor never hurt nobody? Is that what you're trying to say? This is the sweater. And I bought it in stream colors. So it will be deep purple with this minty icy blue color work in it. So that I wanted that to be next year's, to be January's birthday sweater, but I don't think I will have time to spin it in time if we're also spinning 12 ounces of that raven. So that's the dream. Isn't it gorgeous? I adore it. I'll get you guys a link here. Non-Ravelry link. Preferable. There we go. Woolenpinedesigns.com. Rose and Wolf, hello. Come on in. We're talking about all the things I want to spin and then knit out of hand spun. Also, I'm going to give Melvin Knits a shout out because I did not get her one. Or them one, I should say. To train myself to be gender neutral on the internet. So yes, that I think will have to be 2023's birthday sweater, and I think this one will be January sweater because it will be out of Knit Picks. Books are reason. I would love the better option than Amazon. That sounds delightful. And I did not know it's possible to dye wool with ink. But that makes a lot of sense. Dead mouse, no. Books are reason. You're welcome to post links in chat, but if you also want to throw it up in the Discord, that would be delightful too. Doggo. Hang on. Now I'm having a brain melt. Let me find you the sweater I think we're going to make this year. This one is definitely not on Ravelry. Jet pens. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna write this. Pen Chalet. I like the name of that one. All right. This one. This one. Tina Say. I'm already part of your newsletter. Yeah, here. This one. Although that's not the best picture. That lens flare. Here we go. And I'm gonna make it in peach. Here we go. I think that one's gonna be this year's sweater. I've been really wanting a Doctor Who scarf, but can't find anyone willing to do it for me. That's fair. Anyway, I'm a slow enough knitter. I don't need to put a bunch of extra stuff on there. Don't need to complicate things. Okay. Back to knitting. You know, I'm now realizing that that ink has gone up significantly since I put it on the wish list as well. Because it was definitely not $35. Actually, most of those art supplies have gone up since I put it on there. Oh well. Oh well. It's a beautiful ink. I have a bottle of it that I got at a stationery store on vacation once, and I adore it. I adore it. I need to find a better closing 600 tabs, and we're back. Okay. Using it as art and not as much for pens and checking out Noodler's inks. No, I'm using it for pens. I love the way it writes. I enjoy it very much. But I have heard of Noodler's inks for arts. I put it on my arts list, but I do not use ink for watercolor usually. Diamine. I'm absolutely gonna look them up. Yay, other nerds who like fountain pens. My uncle collects like vintage fountain pens, and they're like, he'll find them at like garage sales, and they're worth like $100 a pen. And he's always like, I can help you. And I'm like, I don't garage sale enough. You call that slow knitting? We haven't done very much. So we've been live for an hour and a half, and we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. Not great. When I knit at a decent clip. The problem is I stop and start too much, and I am constantly distracted, whether you guys are here or not. I would be an amazing knitter if someone would just take that phone and the computer away from me. I love vintage pens. I wish I was less scared of them. The fountain pen community is a delight. They can be very intense though. But I adore all of them for their nerdiness. I have 3 fountain pens, but I have to say the Pilot metal fountain pen is my favorite of the newer fountain pens. But I have not used any vintage fountain pens. What I need to do is I need to talk Snyder Inks. I need to dupe Snyder Inks or Snyder Spindles into making a wooden fountain pen. If I'm like, here are the mechanics, make me a shell. That's what I need to do. The Metro, I'm pretty sure it is. Of course, I don't have it anywhere nearby where I could use it. It's not the Explorer. The MR Retro is the one I have. Because it has the fine point. It has the fine nib. And the Metropolitans usually have the stub nib, from what I've seen. Again, not that I'm an expert. I just enjoy writing with them because I really like writing things by hand. Rabbit hole. It's always a rabbit hole. I've seen he does do pens, but he does so Snyder Spindles makes wooden pens, but his pens are the ink type, where they're the ballpoint pens, but they're the kind of ones where you can unscrew it and then put a new cartridge in. This would have to have like a capsule for the ink, and then you could take the capsule out and refill it with ink and put it back in. So I'm sure he could. I don't know if he is interested. I mean, not that he would like. I should find somewhere that sells the inner workings of a fountain pen and shoot him the link and ask how interested he is. The other thing is like once he does something, he makes a million of them for production. So I don't want to make him sit there and try and figure out how to make one. Take 3 hours to figure out how to make one and then never make another one. So if he has an interest in making wooden fountain pens and I am putting in the first commission, that's great. If he's like, that's not really my jam, I don't want to make him spend all this extra time for it. They do make kits, but I would have to do some talking. We would have to do some talking. Garrett Snitz, hello. The sock did grow. We made it past the heel. Well, we made it to the heel on Saturday, and now we are slowly but surely knitting past it. Hunters, take care. I'm sure you have dinner to get to. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Would make it hard to stream, no phone or computer? It would, but I would do significantly more knitting. Last night, I was like, I'm gonna knit, and then I was like, let me just check something, and then I just sat there with my knitting in my lap on Instagram and the internet forever. You had no interwebs all weekend? By choice? Or by luck? I definitely don't use the Pilot ink. Books a reason. I use the ink on my wish list. Oh, this is the one you were talking about. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Bookmarked. Saved for later. Okay. Your parents don't have internet in Florida? Part of me's like, what? And the other part of me's like, I mean... The ink on my wish list is made by Pilot? Is it really? I did not know that. Books are a reason. You are a wealth of knowledge. I enjoy having you here. I mean, I enjoy all of you, but this is feeding the beast nicely. They have no PC. That makes sense. Part of me's like, that's crazy, and then the part of me's like, everything's on your phone now. Makes sense. I mean, Damien's mom and his stepdad have internet, but it's terrible. It's essentially dial-up as Wi-Fi. So sometimes she absolutely cannot connect to Twitch. And it's funny because they'll be like, oh, we're going into town. And they'll just like go have lunch at a restaurant or sit at the library and like download everything on like all of the movies and the books and stuff they're gonna read for the week, and then they don't need it. They have flip phones. There you go. There you go. You don't need it. We were having a discussion today at work. One of our weekly meetings that I really enjoy, we do an around the room first thing, and there's always a topic, a question of the week. So it's like, hey, how's your week going? Or, you know, are you okay? Do you have questions? And also answer the question of the week. And the question of the week was, would you rather have social media or AC/heating? And I was like, AC, please. And then we were talking about some of us who used to live up north, we would be like, heat, please. And I was talking about how social media did not help me do any crafting. It just helped me find more things to craft that I then didn't have time for because I was too busy looking at social media. I'm too busy scrolling through Instagram looking at new sweaters people are test knitting to actually knit the sweater in my lap. True story from last night. Fact. So that was an interesting conversation today. So, I mean, I guess if you don't really need it, you don't really need it. Although I did say I think I might give up AC if I could have the internet. If it was internet or AC/heating, that might be another story. Problems of a knitter. Yes. Yes. It happens. There's a meme. I don't know if I posted it or not. I might have posted. I think I posted it in Hinka's Discord. I'll have to find it. But it was basically like being a great knitter is 5% talent and 95% putting your phone down. And I was like, I feel so called out. You bought 3 double knit patterns for scarf last night. Ooh, I love double knitting. I wish I had more reasons to wear double knit things. They're so warm and squishy because double knitting is the two layers of knitting together with all the webbing in the middle. So it's automatically going to be double weight, double thickness no matter what you knit. But it's so delicious. It's so good. That's a burn. Accurate AF. Yeah. Literally me last night. Knitting my 2 rows on my husband's collar for his scarf. Erica Lima, hello. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for that follow. Boncherbach, thank you again for all those beauties and my teacup. Help and pay for that powered USB hub. Tell you that. Come visit me in January. Yeah, I mean, I have family up north, and thicker knits are convenient when I go to visit them. But practical wise, it's not really. There's no point here in Florida. Everything I knit needs to be a layer that I can take on or off based upon the AC level. Also, you guys don't understand how cold it is inside in Florida in the summer. It's so hot outside that we immediately put it down to freezer level inside. Our AC is never above 70 degrees in the summer if we're home. And it's always freezing at the office or something. So usually in Florida, in the summer, I'll carry a sweater. And then in the winter, I'm fine. You haven't done double knitting yet? Tampa Airport was an adventure. Oh no. Did you, Carrots Knits, did you get to stop by your yarn store though? Or was the Tampa Airport good enough for you? Our AC is set at 80. It's enough to take the humidity out. our AC would have to be at 70 anyway to get the humidity out down here. It's like 85% humidity constantly or more. Stuck at the house all weekend. Aw. Did you at least have a nice time then? My family had a mini reunion this past weekend. I was super bummed I couldn't go. Wanted to go to the sponge dock. Dad was sick. Oh no. I'm sure he was kicking himself about it too. Finally getting to see you and then not getting to go anywhere. Poor guy. Want to make more cardigans instead of, because I need another sweatshirt, but I'm like, I should just make a cardigan. So maybe I'll make a cardigan instead of that golden hour sweater, or I'll make that golden hour sweater into a cardigan for my birthday. Maybe we'll do that. The wheels are now turning. Very slow. Super sad, but I got my tan on in the pool. Well, and you got to spend time with them. You just didn't get to do anything adventurous. It still counts. It still counts after not getting to see them for so long. Oh, my goodness. It has been a long day. It's been a lot of ups and downs today. Poor Damien. So Damien's dad moved down and lives out on the coast now. And we were very excited and we were going to go see him on Monday. But he goes, I can't. I just started a new job and I'm working Monday. And he's working at a cigar store, which is amazing because he loves cigars. So this is a much better fit for him, I think. And it's essentially just a part-time job to pay the bills and keep him busy. And it's going to be perfect for him. And he knows all about cigars and he absolutely adores them. And he's going to be amazing at it. And I'm happy he's finally finding something he likes. But he was working on Monday. So on Sunday we found out that we weren't going to go. And we didn't go out on Monday. And he goes, but I'm free the rest of the week. So Damien goes, well, how about Wednesday? And he's like, yeah, Wednesday. And then tonight, right before the stream, the reason I'm late is his dad goes, they're making me come in for an extra shift Wednesday night. And so we're like, okay, so we're not going out for dinner on Wednesday night. So he's like, well, how about next Monday? And I was like, I can't keep submitting and taking away vacation requests. You two have a nice time next week, and I will see you guys the next time. Because they're trying to make it like a more of a routine kind of going out to see him, like a monthly thing. Because we average going out to see him regularly, but it's always like, we'll see him like twice in a row, and then we won't see him for a bit, and then we'll see him twice in a row, and then we won't see him for a bit. So I'm trying to be like, once a month, let's just make a schedule. Went to Walmart. They have all the neon colors up my alley. There you go. Knitter Girl, how are you doing this evening? Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. I saw you popped in earlier. I hope you're doing all right. So yeah, so very disappointed Damien tonight, and I was just like, I physically cannot handle this right now. Bunch of last minute people. And I need a plan. You're wonderful. Excellent. I'm doing all right. Long day, but a good kind of long day. Got a lot done. Work was just long enough to feel like a hard day done right without being like I'm exhausted. It's nice to be busy at work again without being dumped upon. It's nice to just be able to come in and clock in and do my job and go home. My hubby's the same. Everything is always last minute. My sister is funny. So my husband's last minute because he just doesn't care. So if no one's made a decision last minute, he'll make a decision. But he'd rather you just plan it for him. His dad is kind of the same way, but also like is very picky, but wants to come off as being very easygoing. So he wants to be like, oh, anything's fine with me. And then you'll suggest something and goes, but not that. And then you suggest something, goes, not that either. And I'm like, why don't you just pick something? You're the picky person here. Just tell me what you want. So he's trying to get better at just saying what he wants. Like, how about this or this? And I'll be like, great, 2 choices. I would love to decide one of those. My sister wants to plan ahead, but is so indecisive she can't make up her mind until the last minute, which is personally would be my own private kind of hell. Poor Damien also has analysis paralysis most of the time. You can't give him too many options because then he can't decide. And once he decides, don't come back or like, well, I was thinking about it and would you rather do this? No, not unless you have a good reason. Don't change it. And then there's me, and I'd like to plan everything out as far in advance as possible so I have plenty of time to fret about canceling so I can cancel 2 hours before the event. I'm that person. I am so excited until it's here and then I never want to go. And then I go and it's fine, but I never want to go. I want to sit at home in my pajamas all the time. I have everything I need here. All of the yarn and the cats and the chocolate are here. Why would I go other places unless I run out of wine? I hate leaving the house? Yeah. I'd do that if I didn't stream. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, good. Closed captioning is still on. I didn't see it moving for a second. I got real worried. Just catching up. Just make tomorrow PJ day? You absolutely should. Every day is a PJ day at this house. I essentially have just put on a clean shirt and a bra, and then it's PJs and hand-knit socks. Duh. Told Damien I had to buy fancier pajamas for the stream. Then I asked him if he thought it would be a write-off because they were clothes for a job. He told me no. Because I wear them all the time, not just when I stream. And I went, oh. Dang it. No pants are the best pants though. Or the pants that have all the holes in it and you're like, are these? They've been worn so thin, but they're so soft. And you're like, is this still considered clothing if you can see through it? Those are the best pants. It's my party. I'll wear what I wanna. That's right. That's absolutely right. This is looking so nice, guys. I keep staring down at it lovingly. Oh, it's turning out great. KB, I'm glad you typed that because I am now singing that song in my head. I have zero desire to finish your game. What game is it? Why are all the sippy cups all dirty? Punk Pixie, if you changed that to whiskey glasses, it could be like you're at my house. Why are all the wine glasses always dirty? I washed them all 2 days ago and all 6 are gone. Oh no. Your city officially banned plastic bags? That's a big deal. I mean, I think it's for the best. Unfortunately, people don't recycle them like they were intended. Mass Effect, I could not tell you. There are most games I have are unfinished, and I always tell myself I'll go back and finish them. I can't play a game from start to finish. I'm always like, what game do I feel like playing today? And then I'll pick it up, and then I'll usually play it for 3 or 4 days in a row. And then I'm like, that scratched that itch. Let's move on. You've played it before, just not... Oh, you're not getting the ending you wanted. Oh, no. So I have zero desire. Well, if you've already finished it once, I don't think you have to finish it again if you don't want to. I think that's completely fair. You're under a heat warning. Oh, no. There's another round of heat warnings going around. There was a ton of rain and everybody cooled down, and that was nice. And now it's getting hot again. Torn between knitting or playing a Switch game. Which Switch game would you play if you played a game? That's the real question. Stardew, yes. I broke down, and I also bought Stardew for the Switch so I could play it in bed at the end of the night. Cozy Grove. Ooh, I have wanted to play that. That is on my wish list. You should play Cozy Grove and tell me how it is. But in real life, what you should do is you should start knitting, and then when you get tired, you should switch to Cozy Grove. I got Stardew and pissed at it. You're mad at it? What happened? Queen of Marvia, enjoy your lurk. Thanks for hanging out today. New day, hello. How's it going? We're knitting our hand-spun socks. Got to the lava part and it's not as fun as the ocean part. Can't find the walnuts to open everything. Oh, super endgame. I mean, there are guides. You can go on there. I done seen them. I fell into the Stardew Valley subreddit on Reddit, and thank goodness they are very strict about their spoilers there. But there is a page on there that says where to find every golden walnut. At the moment, I'm waiting on dinner. Bacon is in the oven. Yes, baked bacon is the best bacon. Anyone who says otherwise can fight me. Fight. Punk Pixie, if you play Sub-Zero, you're gonna have to tell me what you think. You'll have to tell me what you think. I want to get into Subnautica, and I'm like, there are too many other things I want to do. Playing some Genshin. Ooh. That's a game I would love to get into, and then also know that it would just be a giant time suck, and I need to just stay focused on what I want to do. There's a lot of stuff I'm like, that would be fun to start, and I'm like, I really don't need to. Crispy. Do it. Better than my mother-in-law's microwave bacon. No. Microwave is only for reheating, not for cooking. Honestly, that's why I got a toaster oven, so I could reheat things nicer. Subnautica is amazing, 100% recommend. Yes, I would enjoy Subnautica. There are other games I need to finish before I get sucked into a whole new one, I think. Microwave bacon sounds soggy and gross. Or it's the pre-cooked bacon in the freezer that you reheat, and then it's just crispy and dry. Like, but not a good kind of crispy. Not a melt in your mouth kind of crispy, just papery. She overcooks it so it's rubbery. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Because the microwave is for reheating, not for cooking. I don't like floppy bacon. That's a good way of putting it. I like a bacon that stands up on its own. I like it where it's just crispy enough so it melts in your mouth. Melt in your mouth bacon. Stardew or Subnautica, always Stardew. For me. But I also really like Stardew because I feel like it's easier to stop and start. I mean, I know it has time frames. It's much easier for me to say, like, one more Stardew today, and then I have to stop. I think that's why I like it so much. It's timed. I like oven bacon because cleanup is easy. That is also true. I think it just cooks better and more evenly. And also you can cook a whole tray full at once instead of being like, well, I'll cook these 5 pieces at a time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. And wanting to die because popping grease, yes. Or you get those tiny grease splatters in a ring around the burner and you're just like, I think I should just burn this kitchen down instead of clean it. You cook it on a cookie cooling rack. That's how my parents do it. And they'll double stack it. They'll put 2 cooling racks on top of each other so they can double stack their bacon. Because they're nerds. I like it. I like it the old put it on a piece of parchment paper method, and then you take it off and then you pat it dry with the paper towels. Because it's still crispy, but it just has a little. It is a little softer crisp. It's more that melt in your mouth thing that I like. If you like crispy, the cookie rack is the way to go. As long as it's not a coated cookie rack. Some of them are a black steel, and some of them are regular steel coated in a black rubber, and you don't want that. No, go. Just stop. I got this. I'm sure your mom was like, great, one less thing I have to do. Also, if you guys have an Instant Pot and you're still boiling your corn on the cob, you're doing it wrong. You need to steam that puppy in the Instant Pot. It's way sweeter and way more delicious. You want to buy your mom one? They're delightful. If you use them, they're amazing. If you don't, they're ginormous wastes of space. You Instant Pot your hard-boiled eggs. That's delightful. Though that's a good yes. Bought her a KitchenAid mixer. Yes, those are delightful too. We love our Instant Pot for rice because we make the long grain basmati rice in it. There we go. Basmati rice. And it makes the perfect sticky rice to have with food and whatnot. Even better than a rice cooker, I think. Yeah. The secret is you put just a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt in with the water, and it's great. What should I wear for Long Island tea night? Dress or shorts? Shorts, because you have less of a chance of flashing someone. I don't know. If the weather's nice, then a dress probably. I don't know. Don't take me anywhere, Punk Pixie. Don't ask me. There's a type of General Tso that grocery stores sell. It's fantastic with sticky rice. Yeah. Well, like, we just made... in fact, I will have it for dinner after stream. We made... smothered mushroom chicken. So it's just chicken that you fry up so it gets nice and brown. Chicken chunks you fry up so they get real brown. And the secret is you do it in half butter and half olive oil. Gives it that real good brown crust. And then you put it in a pot with cream of mushroom soup and a little bit of cream. And then you fry up some onions and mushrooms and throw it in there and let it all become delicious. And then we serve that over rice, and we'll have that a lot. It's like a really tired stroganoff. It's really tired chicken stroganoff. Why am I drilling so hard, Dirty Smith? Because it's delicious and it's easy. It's delightful. It's funny because it looks real grayish brown. But it is delicious. And then you make it with the fresh sticky rice from the Instant Pot, and it's wonderful. And you're ready for your bacon sandwich? I'm drilling for bacon sandwich. And Cece's just like, it's delicious. It is delicious. All my skirts are knee length. Then Punk Pixie, you're fine. You're safe. You like Instant Pot for potato salad? Oh, because you can cook the potatoes and the eggs at the same time. That's brilliant. I never thought of that. Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. It's true. It's true. Also, those little teeny tiny fingerling potatoes. If you stick a fork in them to just puncture them and then you instant cook them for like 10 minutes with like a cup of chicken broth, they are like melt in your mouth. So good. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. I will sing the whole song. I will do the whole movie if you guys aren't careful. It's one of my, it's top 5 favorite Disney animated movies. It's Meet the Robinsons, Tangled. Sometimes they flip-flop, but usually Meet the Robinsons, Tangled, Beauty and the Beast, Up, and then a fist fight for 5 and Below. Your mom got you shorts at Walmart. The leg openings are huge. Pretty sure I flashed my underwear getting in the cab. That's funny. It's also funny because I guarantee you I had shorts like that growing up at some point. My poor mother did not know what to do with me most of the time, and I made a lot of terrible fashion choices. After all, this is France. I would genuinely, when I was working at that temporary job before Disney called me back from furlough, I would genuinely mope around and just be like, 10 years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting. And Damien would be like, stow it. I heard this before. Well, he got a fair and a show. We call that a tip. Being exercise, a chance to use our skills. I still have not eaten at the Be Our Guest restaurant at Disney, and I am mad about it, but less mad than I used to be. I was real mad when it first opened, and Damien never took me on a date. And then I was just kind of bitter about it. And then everything shut down. And now I'm like, well, we're just never going to go there. And that's fine. You're saving up for Disney? Carrots Knits? We'll talk. I haven't been in 21 years. Well, I work there, so we go, well, we kind of went. We did not go as often as we should have, considering we had free tickets. That makes me feel old. Huntress, I was trying to do math on how long I've been knitting, and that made me feel old. You want to take Punk Bunny when he's older? The number one mistake people make is they want to get there and they want to do everything. And I'm like, you're not going to. You should slow down and enjoy it. He's gonna die if he can meet Merida. Merida is there. Well, she's not there right now. But she will be. I know this because it is currently part of my job to figure out when everything can reopen. The last time I was there, the Golden Girls had a tour. I was mad because I was thinking about this the other day because I didn't like Golden Girls as a child, but I have revisited it in the pandemic and I am now obsessed with the Golden Girls again because I watched a lot of it at the beginning of the pandemic. And by a lot of it, I mean all of it almost twice. And I wasted having all the houses there. They all used to be there and I didn't care. And now I'm like, man, I want to go there. Is the tree still there? Oh yeah. The tree will always still be there. Animal Kingdom is huge. It's the largest square footage of the parks. You've been to Disneyland Paris when you were little? I'm dying to go to Disneyland. It is the dream. Very much like to go to Disneyland. Because we were talking about flying into like LA and going to Disney World and then essentially renting a car and doing the Pacific Coast Highway up. And doing like a week and a half, 2-week kind of deal. And then, of course, the pandemic hit, and that wasn't happening. Brave is his absolute favorite movie of all time? Yes! I love Brave. I feel like it's one of those underrated gems. Also, he's gonna grow to be such a feminist after watching that movie. Animal Kingdom's your favorite too? It is. Animal Kingdom's my dad's favorite. He still does that they had an ad when Animal Kingdom first opened in 98, 99. And they would go, it's many things, but it's not a zoo. But they spelled it like not a zoo. And I was like, I don't know what not a zoo means, but it's not a zoo. And I did not get it as a child, but my dad still says that it's not a zoo when he goes there. And then we all groan. Yarn Crafter's Corner, hello! Did you finish plying the BFL? Or the Teeswater? Which one is it? Did you finish plying your yarn? Rhea is his second favorite. He'd better be a feminist. I still haven't seen Rhea. I haven't seen Rhea, and I haven't seen Luca. And I just need to force Damien to sit down and have a movie night or watch them without him. Just be like, fall behind, left behind. T. I rode the Dumbo ride as a kid like 100 times. Carrot Snits, one of my favorite memories from family vacations was when I was little. Must have been like 6 or 7. Like old enough to know know things, but not old enough to over know things, to know it all. I remember we went out in front of the castle and we watched the fireworks, and the park was open for like another hour after fireworks. And I remember the fireworks were over and I was like, can we ride Dumbo one more time? Because I also adored Dumbo. My dad's like, I don't know, I think they're gonna close soon. I was like, then we better run. So my mom said, I'll wait here. And my dad and I booked it. We ran through the castle to Dumbo, and the cast member was just closing the gate, and he saw us running up, and he made a big show of reopening it, and he goes, last ones, guys. And then I was like, I was the last one on the ride. And it was a big deal when I was a kiddo. Bless that cast member for humoring me. My knee was stuck in the railing waiting for Tinkerbell. Like, you got it stuck and you were afraid you were gonna die, or like where you do the thing where you like hook it in and you're like, I'll do anything to not have to stand. MGM is your favorite. Huntress, formerly MGM. It's now called the Hollywood Studios, but old school MGM is also my favorite. Is and was my favorite. It has definitely changed, but it's still my favorite. There we go. Yarn Crafter's Corner. Hello. Did you finish plying the yarn that would never end? It's the question I have. I missed your stream today. Inquiring minds want to know. Totally stuck, and then I panicked because I was gonna miss Tinkerbell. I love Tinkerbell. She's one of my favorite parts of the nighttime show. I adore her. We're buddies. Like full meltdown during the light show. That's delightful. I miss Spectromagic. There's a show that... There's a name I haven't heard in many, many moons. Not yet. Oh no. Yarn Crafters, you really are going to be flying forever. Forever. I got a notification your package arrived. Your stitch markers have arrived in my P.O. box. So either I can go pick them up tomorrow, or Damien has volunteered to go on Thursday when he gets a package. So soon. I'm almost ready to leave me. You know what would make me buck right up as a kid? I'm gonna tell Grandma. No, don't tell Grandma. No. Every time. It was my deepest fear is Grandma would know I was a terrible person. She wouldn't love me anymore. Little did I know, Grandma liked everybody no matter what. She didn't care. She thought everybody was great. I'll never forget when the first time she met Damien and we were talking about food. He goes, I don't really like cheese. And she goes, like, almost clutched at her pearls, but not quite, because of course she wasn't wearing pearls. She's like, you don't like cheese? Confused her. It was the best face. Also, my husband doesn't like cheese and he's a weirdo. My dad was yelling for us to stop playing around, but I was stuck. I was always the one who got yelled at to stop playing around because I wasn't doing anything, but I just had the giggles and I couldn't stop laughing. You know where that got me in trouble? Great grandma's funeral. Cousin Jeff kept making faces at me on the... So it's one of those things where, like, we went through the whole funeral and then we were physically out at the cemetery, standing around an open hole, and she was being lowered in, and the priest was praying while she was being lowered down. And on the other side of the hole, my older cousin Jeff was making faces at me, and I had the giggles and I couldn't stop. And my dad kept like elbowing me, and he goes, "This isn't funny." I'm like, "Why are you making faces? This isn't fun. No, serious." I had the best time at great grandma's funeral. The best part was, so it was one of those old-fashioned Midwestern funeral homes where there was like that. It was an old house split into two, so you could have two funerals at once. And the first floor was actually the second floor, and then the first floor was slightly sunken, and then there was a basement, and everything had ramps, and some of the chairs had wheels, and we would just shove each other down these ramps. And the best part was like the first floor was like the viewing, and then downstairs was the basement, and you're like, kids, go down there and watch the food. So we would just take turns shoving each other down the ramp and the wheelie chair, and then catching each other before we knocked into the food table. The best funeral. Grandmother lived in a place where tornadoes were likely to happen. On the news, they had tornado watches in effect until 10 p.m. As a kid, I interpreted that as we could go watch the tornadoes at Grandma's. So we had plenty of time to head down there. Oh, this will be great. We'll get in the car. We won't miss it. No, when we were in Ohio, there was a lot of tornado watches and warnings, and it was like, I guess we're spending the night in the basement again. I'll go get all the board games. There's always like 3 nights every summer where we just spent the night hanging out in the basement. We don't have basements here, or attics. Yeah, it's not a thing. I don't know this song. We can make it to Grandma's in time. Ernie Smith, that's the best. Where we moved, we have them talk about a new anxiety. You want to know a new anxiety? Having so much time to worry as the world's slowest moving tornado comes at you. Hurricanes are worse. Like, living where there are tornadoes, everyone has a plan, and you just gotta grab everyone together and settle down. Hurricanes, you just sit there and you're like, what's the worst that could happen? For a week. Lemmy Emmy, hello! Thank you for the raid. Come on in. How did your super giant crochet Puff, I think you were knitting a stuffy. How did that turn out? She was using the world's largest crochet hook, and it looked so squishy. If you guys haven't met Lemmy Emmy, you need to. She's adorable. No joke, yeah. Hook 'em and wool 'em. How did your stuffy go? How was your stream? It was crazy. It was a workout. It's huge. It was so big. I bet it looked so squishy though. So squishy. We're hanging out. We're knitting more of our sock with our hand spun yarn. We put a temporary line in for our afterthought heels, and we're hanging out. It might end up being 4 feet tall. Your best animal ever. Yeah, but it's gonna go real fast. It's gonna go so fast because you're using the biggest yarn with the biggest hook. Meanwhile, I'm over here on US size 0 needles. It's for my nanny and we'll take up her couch. Yeah, but then you'll always have a couch pillow when you go to visit. 25mm. And then you come over here and I'm using a 2mm knitting needle. I'm surprised they don't just measure it in inches at that point. You're using a 3mm. Slight size difference. Sock looks so nice, thank you. I keep staring at it lovingly, confused that I actually managed to make this. Back with tea and working on a sweater. Nuke Day, are you using a pattern? Is it a fancy sweater or is it just a plain old cozy throw on? Also, do you call it a jumper? Always makes me laugh, the things we call things. We all speak English, but my goodness, do we have different names for things. Is that a T? Time to get a longer cord to knit both sleeves at the same time. Heck yeah. That is the best way to knit sleeves. We should call them jumpers, but I'm used to saying sweaters. You're working on the flax still? There's nothing wrong with that. The flax is an amazing pattern and it's very well written. I would love to make a hand spun flax. Would be like a hand spun gradient flax would be amazing. You're making this for your boyfriend in deep purple. Ooh. I want to see. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so squishy. I love the little side panels on it. That looks great. So this is wool you spun? Yes. So we spun so this is our Floof to foot socks. So we spun this wool together and now we are knitting it. Let's re-squish that. There we go. Yep, out of our hand spun. And this is the best hand spun I have ever. This is the best sock yarn I have ever spun. Let's put it that way. enjoying it immensely. Working on the flax light. I am a sucker for fingering weight yarn. I would love to knit a flax light out of hand spun. It's one of my goals. I would love to only knit hand spun, but I am definitely not that good or fast of a spinner. The problem is when I try to spin fast, I get super inconsistent. So I am a slow spinner. But I'm getting more consistent. So soon I will maybe hopefully start speeding up. Who knows? I just don't spin enough to knit only hand spun. I knit faster than I spin. And I don't spin enough. So far. I do have a tiny stash of hand spun I have slowly been accruing that I desperately need to find a project for. I need to stop saving it and just knit it is what I need to do. So this sock is like an extra treat because I'm finally knitting something that I spun. Even though I love knitting hand spun, it's one of my favorites. I ordered 10 balls for it and they just sent me the original bag of 10 still in its plastic. I love when they do that. I love it. Knit Picks will do that if you order a large quantity as well, and it's my favorite thing. You don't have to worry about getting like that one weird skein that looks funky. They're all together. They're all sealed. No one's been squishing it, stuffing it in their faces. It's all safe. Also, there's like nothing more like wow, words have just failed me. Nothing makes me feel more content than opening up a box and it's like a fresh package of yarn still in its plastic. We'll go with that. Yarn Bee Blended Bliss. But you plan a second one with hand spun. Yes. KB, you spin so fast. It amazes me. Only at 5 inches on the body. Why? You're on Body Island. I really whipped through the 49 ounces and looking at spinning another pound. I can't believe how fast you spun all of that. And it all looks amazing. I think the other problem is I'm an especially slow plier. So even I spin slow, but I super ply slow as well. Which makes sense because I have the least amount of practice at plying. But my goodness, did you whip through those? Now I'm like, I need to grow up to be a spinner like KB when I get way more better. Blue or pink lipstick? Blue, duh. Gotta match your hair. that even a question? There's a knitting and stitching show in London with a stall that sells the plastic bags of yarn at discount prices. They chuck all the bags in one giant pile on the floor, so it's almost like a lucky dip. That sounds super fun and slightly terrifying. KB, I think the other key is you've been spinning a lot more consistently than I have. I've already said consistency. Consistency is my problem. That's why I'm doing the spin 15 a day to try and get better at that. And so far it is helping. Pixie, you look adorable. Look how cute she is. Look how cute she is. Definitely the blue lipstick. Although I'm sure someone with better sense would say pink to break it up. But I'm like, all blue. Go big or go home. I love a good theme. As you can tell. She says only now knitting in purple and mint. I will always say that's Nuke Day is as pink as you are blue. It's true. You guys are like the same but different colors. Monochrome, baby. Blue with glitter. Just understand that that glitter will get everywhere. It's the herpes of the crafting world. That is my one problem when I wear glitter lipstick, is I suddenly have glitter everywhere. I'm like, do I also have lipstick everywhere? What's going on here? All of my glitter lipsticks are like the 24-hour wear because I am just terrible at lipstick. And now everyone wears a mask or is at home, and I'm like, oh, now I don't have to bother. Colored lip gloss is fine. I'm just on Zoom. Also, I have a crappy company webcam. I don't use my fancy streaming webcam for work Zoom calls. Of course. I love glitter. I just wished it loved me back more. Glitter eyeshadow will betray you and get in the eyes and the nose. That's true. That is actually really true. I'm thinking about all the times I wore like really bright neon eyeshadow, like in college, and then like the next day blew my nose. I was like, how did that orange get in there? Why not stream Flex? What is Streamflex? Down your face. Being pretty is hard. That's why y'all just get no makeup face. That's why I remain ugly. Not ugly. Just relaxed. Casual. Oh, flex your streaming skills. Because work doesn't need to know I have a life. Work doesn't need to know how nice I have it outside of work. Also, if people from work start watching, then I can't tell you fun things and terrible stories anymore. Not that I can tell you the good stuff, but then I wouldn't be able to tell you any. Disney police would get me. I will remain such. You're all beautiful people. Huntress, I'm not wearing a lick of makeup. I didn't even bother putting on chapstick. I often don't wear makeup to work and then will like put on makeup for anything else. Because I just can't be arsed. I get it. I'm 100% with you. Chapstick? What? I didn't even bother putting on some gloss. And I can tell because I want to bite my lips. I can feel my hands wanting to cramp. It might be. I'd say time for a break, but I kind of feel like it might just be a shorter night tonight. We're making much better progress now that I'm actually knitting. Instead of asking my computer, please, why me? Dropped a pic of the lipstick in Discord. If it doesn't have glitter, you're gonna have some disappointed people. Yes! Ooh, I actually really like that lipstick. That's a good look for you, Punk Pixie. 100%. 100%. I have an ex that shows up in every stream and it's so awkward because he's super cocky and goes on how we should meet up when he's next in the city. You're like, you don't stand a chance there, buddy. You don't stand a chance. It's a KVD Everlasting Shimmer and they don't make it anymore. No! I love the Kat Von D stuff. That's one of the few brands that is a more expensive makeup, but I feel is actually worth the price. I cannot say that about a lot of expensive brands. It's been 8 years since we dated and he still thinks he can get in my hands. Keep swinging, fella. I'm surprised you don't just be like, I think it's time for you to go, and then block him. At least in your channel. I don't know. I have very little patience for that anymore. That's some ego. Yeah. Hey, buddy, do you think if I wanted it, I would have put a ring on it by now? Huh? Do you ever wonder why it's only you calling me and I never call you? Huh? I own like 12 of them and I love them. There's a Revlon. Is it Revlon or is it Maybelline? There's like an all-day wear brand that's super matte that I love, and I have like 5 of their colors. And I was on my way to world color domination, and then COVID hit, and now I'm like, I don't even wear lipstick. What? My sister was really mad at me when I got Invisalign because it was while we were all wearing masks, and she's like, and people don't have to stare at your mouth because your mouth is covered. That's not fair. You have to get braces where everyone can see all the time. She's just mad because Invisalign wasn't a thing when she had braces. It had barely been invented yet. I only have the one shimmer and I'm a little sorry I didn't get more. I'm always sorry that like I didn't find the perfect shade and then just buy 12 bottles of it and then hide it somewhere. I wished makeup lasted like that. It does stain, so my lips will be blue tomorrow. Then you'll be right on brand. It'll be fine. At that point, I would just put more on and it would just be blue for forever. Double down. You're gonna commit. But I can understand in your case where you're like, I must save the precious. Cover with a liquid matte navy because you can still get more of that. That makes sense. Not worth the effort. I just ignore him. You're a better person than I am. Again, I don't have tolerance for weirdos. I can't say that because I keep calling my husband a weirdo. I have tolerance for rude people. There we go. And that's why I love all of you. Y'all are just fine. We are very lucky in the crafting community. There's very few outright rude people. I seem to attract the weirdos. Does the light go on when you go live and they all find you? That's how it was when I worked at the front desk. All of the crazy people would show up when I was on shift. And I was like, where did they go the other 12 hours of the day? Why is it only me? I think it's the monochrome thing because I get some weirdos too. I'm not saying makers and crafting doesn't have weirdos. I'm saying we are very fortunate in the weirdos we have. They're just weird, they're not dicks. Weird people I can handle. Rude people, I'm like, I have zero tolerance anymore. Get a warning, a timeout, and a ban. 3 strikes, you're out. I don't care. Don't appeal to be unbanned. I ain't got time for you. Look at how nice that is. Oh, not on Twitch, but in person. No, in person, I swear the light goes on when I show up for work. Before COVID hit, I used to get all the mansplainers. So I can't wait to see what happens when I go back. I had a dude make peacock noises at me in a farmer's market. The least sexy bird noise there is. There's a comedian named Eliza Schlesinger. I adore her. She has a whole skit on how peacocks just sound like male hookers. Ah! Are we gonna fuck or what? My friend at work and I, would often make peacock noises at each other from opposite ends of the hall when we saw each other and wanted to get the attention. And man, were we obnoxious. Anyone remember when TV shows used to be like $60 to $80 on DVD for the whole season? It was a big deal. And now you can buy the whole season digitally for like 15 to 30. Yes. It was hella awkward. I would have just shut. You have infinitely more patience than I do. That is also why you have crotch spawn and I do not. I don't have the patience for kids. Said I was pretty like a peacock and then made terrible sounds to prove it. Two hours in a stream and I was done. That was a short one. Okay, I can believe that. I wish a male would. I really like doing the thing where a guy mansplains to me and then as he's walking away, because it's always like in front of me and someone else, and then as he's walking away, then I'll tell the person who is standing there everything he said that was wrong, loud enough for him to hear it. And then they don't do it anymore. It's great. I loved the guy who tried to explain to me monitor cables. And he's like, you see this one's really old. This one's like a record player. And this one's newer. It's like a 8-tracks or cassette tape. And then the HDMI, that's like your standard DVD Blu-ray. And then as he walked away, I'm like, yeah, but he just ordered a male to female, and we definitely need a female to female HDMI to DVI. So he's ordering the wrong cables, and I'll talk to his manager about fixing the order. And you could see him stiffen and then just keep walking. Like, dude, I built my own computer. Don't lecture me about a video monitor cable. And then he still ordered the wrong cables. Let me tell you how many guys I've impressed at work with my knowledge. Aw, yeah. About to woman-splain you something. 2 a.m. new day. I ask if you're going to bed, but you stay up so late. I have no idea what your concept of time is anymore. I'm dying. That's fabulous. I just, you know, they come up to me, and just because I'm nice doesn't mean I'm dumb. Another fun game I like to play is when someone at work's being really rude about trying to put together a presentation. The more rude they are, the more blunt I get about pointing out all of their grammar mistakes. I'm not asking you to check the content. I'm asking you if my presentation's good. Well, your content sucks, so your presentation also sucks. My usual bedtime is 3 a.m. Okay, I knew you stayed up late. I think they fully expect me to just be a body behind the counter and not have any knowledge of how an HVAC system works. But you work, but that's where you work. Why wouldn't you know the thing about the place you work at? I don't understand. When I worked as a construction secretary, that was the best because I didn't have any construction experience, but I'm fairly quick on the uptake. So every time something would be coming up, the superintendent and I, or the what's his title? Superintendent. And I would go have breakfast together and I'd be like, all right, well, explain to me what's coming up today and what's out there so I can take proper pictures. So by the end of the day, I was then an expert on the thing that had happened because the expert had explained it to me. I had watched it in action and I had documented it. And then people would be stunned when I'd talk about it. And they're like, wow, it was like you were there. And I was like, wow, it's like I was there because I had to take progress pictures 3 times that day. Shocking that I would take an interest in the thing we were actively physically doing. Most of us at that store have some kind of knowledge. You can't work at a place like that without absorbing or understanding some of it. I get dads explain to me how ceramic works. I think I'm good. How hard is it for people to be like, do you have any experience before you just go into full lecture mode? I will never understand. Never understand. I think that's why the manager was so keen on me coming to work for him. I learned fast and rarely have any questions after 2 months. Having questions is fine. Having the same question multiple times is where I'm like, nope, no patience for this. Except for crafting. I could explain crafting till the cows came home. My goodness. My goodness. I had one question today, and it was one even he didn't have the answer to. Aw, yeah. Aw, yes. try to throw big technical terms like it's a prereq for conversation. Um, yeah. There are several people I work with that are like, if I make it extra complicated, it'll look like I'm working extra hard. And I'm like, you're just working extra hard. We all know what your job is. We all work together. You're not fooling anybody but yourself. Calm down. Yeah. Good work speaks for itself. I'm old-fashioned. People can tell who knows things and who handles things and who is just making a big show of it in the end. I can sense once in a while that the daily manager tries to mansplain. They can't help it. It's in their nature. Just born mansplainers or something, I guess. I can look like a dumb blonde at times. All pink, nails done, hair bleached. But then I can unholster an entire boat interior from scratch. Aw, yeah. Woe to the person who underestimates me. My favorite thing is when people are like, how did you know that? And I'm like, I Googled it. Turns out I had a question and the internet provided. Ever since I have been back at Disney, one of my coworkers are like, you've barely asked me any questions. And I was like, I just found the training manual and I just looked at it. Thanks. Also, I was gone 13 months, not 15 years. I was rusty. I don't even know. I was rusty. I didn't have to relearn everything. I just had to remember it. How did you know that? You are wrong. Just a feeling in my gut, okay? Speaking of my gut, I am getting really hungry, so it is gonna be dinner time for me. I know it's a shorter stream today. Sorry, guys. That chicken mushroom rice is calling me. It's been calling my name since I mentioned it, and I can no longer ignore it. So, here we go. We're almost at the end of the row, and then we gotta find out who to raid. Couple stitches in to lock in our stitch marker. Not bad, guys. Not a bad night's work. Look at it. Look at it. Go. Let's get full effect here. Yeah. 3 hours is short. I try to go for 4. Well, also we're not even at 3. 10 more minutes, one more round. No, too hungry. Too hungry tonight. I adore it. Also, I just want to eat this sock. Let's be honest. It's good enough to eat. Let's see. Who is doing stuffs? Mindy Knits is working on blankets and hiding from thunderstorms. Gishtastic is doing embroidery. Slay 3K is playing Valheim. This is knitting. Let's see, Mindy Knits might be the only other person actually knitting on the knitting tag. That's fine. I adore Mindy. We'll go say hi to Mindy. It is in a bowl. KB, this is a Fiesta Wear bowl. This is a Fiesta Wear cereal bowl from Bed Bath & Beyond for $6.99. And it holds 1 cake of yarn. Perfect. It is the perfect size. Best $7 with a 20% coupon I've already spent. I see it's already in a cereal bowl. Must be for eating. Nom. All the cool peeps are here. No string player. We're leaving. I'm hungry. This is we knit a fair portion, but it's dinner time for Stacy's. Stacy's is tired and hangry. I can't say enough how beautiful that yarn and sock are. It is the best sock hand spun I have ever made. I am so proud of it. The entire time I'm knitting it, I can't believe that I made this, which is mostly why I love knitting with hand spun. It makes you feel so great. The next craft night is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it is in my Discord. So if you guys are interested in joining, make sure you do. Doesn't it look like cotton candy? Yes. We were, string player Punk Pixie Blue and I were talking about how it looks like spun sugar. You'll be traveling. Oh no, and yay. Yay for actually going places. I hope that you'll enjoy it. But I am sad you'll miss it. Having your birthday party this Saturday. Oh, that's happy early birthday. Yeah, I'm hungry. We're gonna go say hi to Mindy Knits. She's working on this big old fluffy blanket. Get some more knitting time in for you guys. So we will be knitting back on this on Thursday. So same deal. I'm hopefully getting the leg done, but we'll see. So normally for my leg, I like it, let's see. So I like the cuff to get to just past the decreases for the toe. So the leg will probably go to about here. So if we knit the same amount, we should finish the leg on Thursday. And then Saturday we'll do the cuff and the afterthought heel. So Saturday heel for those of you who want to see. Feeling Craft Night might join later. It's on Saturday at 7, and you absolutely should. It's delightful. Just an FYI, Fiesta Wear is made in Southern Ohio and comes from a lot of colors. They have a shop in the front of the factory. This stuff is so cool. Hey, Bearded Otter Gaming, that is cool. That also makes me really happy because I'm from Toledo, where Libby Glass is. And if you've never been to the Libby Glass showroom, that is amazing. Because Toledo's the glass city. It used to be back in the olden days. All the glass from the US was made in Toledo and shipped elsewhere. Because they'd get all the sand from the dunes in Michigan for I-75 up and downsies. And then the 80-90 went side to sidesies, and they were the crossroads in the Midwest. There you go. Here's your history lesson. Now y'all can leave.